Welcome, everybody, to another episode of RCW here on this Wednesday afternoon. As we have Morgan Reese, the RCW Women's Champion, coming out here for our opening contest. Now, this is a non-title contest, folks. She will be defending her title next week against Tiffany Max at RCW Slamfest, folks. That's this show right here. August 21st, next week, as well as August 22nd. It's too big of a show for just one night. Join us here, live next week for Slamfest. Night 1 and Night 2, August 21st and the 22nd. As you have Crystal Cannon making her way to the squared circle. Now, Crystal Cannon was in that number one contenders matchup last week on RCW. She almost made it all the way, but now she's getting her shot against Morgan Reese. Anyways, this is a non-title contest, though. But a win would definitely gain some momentum for her. Later on, Alex Bishop is getting a little bit of a rest up ahead of her match against Lexii Star, who will be main eventing tonight. We'll also hear from her at the conclusion of this matchup. So that should be exciting too, as Morgan, encore right off the bat there from Riley Russo, who we haven't seen for a number of weeks. Natoli Zander taking the credit of driving her out of RCW. Mind you, she is still signed to a contract. She's still under contract with RCW, so she's not completely gone out. She's not completely gone, per se. An Irish whip here, and oh, look at this, the arm drag. Takes her down. Morgan has done a great job defending her title in some of her title defenses that she has had already. One of which coming against Ivy Nichols at Declaration, as Crystal Cannon was able to get out of the way there. And now Crystal with a couple of soccer kicks right to the side of the head and throwing her face first into the canvas. Knees got up, though, for Morgan. Is Morgan trying for that move again? There's that clothesline in the corner. And now Morgan, the River City Renegade, going up top down, calling Crystal Cannon to her feet. There's that missile drop kick landing there. Right to Crystal Cannon. Referee's down for the count, and that's just one. Now Crystal Cannon now with a backstabber right to the women's champion. And oh, look at her, the moonsault. Nobody home there. I'm not sure if Crystal Cannon knew exactly where Morgan was inside the ring. That's why ring awareness is so important. And Morgan Reese, she won the title in an episode of Fusion against the former women's champion Jewel Richter, which she will face Bella Durov, the Moscow product, inside Hell in a Cell. Come Slamfest, that's going to be one hell of a matchup. Make sure you join us Wednesday and Thursday next week for both nights of Slamfest. And look at this. Morgan making me a little dizzy watching this here. I think she dazed herself. Look at this. She's a little dazed herself after that. And that little disorienting maneuver there that was supposed to make her opponent dizzy, she ended up making herself dizzy going around in circles. And that's what's dangerous there, is you know, certain maneuvers, you know, you end up hurting yourself more than your opponent here. So that's something to look out for. So we haven't seen Riley Russo since that matchup at Declaration against Natoli Xander in an ambulance match. As Crystal Cannon diving with the Meteora right onto the women's champion. But Morgan still has the wherewithal to get back into it with a kick to the side of the head and a leg drop. Count of 10 under RCW rules as Morgan takes Crystal back in and a leg drop again. Tried for the second one and missed the second one. Crystal Cannon, though, tried to follow it up with a knee strike, but it looked like it buckled and didn't get all of that there. That allows Morgan to get into a cover, and not even a 1 count there for that one. And now Crystal Cannon not going to allow Morgan Reese any type of breathing room there. Not how you draw up a suicide dive, but you take it, and it worked. And she's firing up the crowd here, Morgan Reese. You know, wanted a shot. She loved what she saw from Crystal Cannon, so she wanted this matchup here tonight to prepare for Slamfest next week. And that is Wednesday, so that is coming on a day where we would normally do an episode of RCW, so that lines up beautifully with our scheduling here. We have Fusion on Saturday, folks, so that'll be the final show before our Slamfest extravaganza. And now Crystal Cannon now has Morgan. Now possibly looking for the diving Meteora again. Oh, the cutter offline there. That's something that I saw from Jewel Richter this past week on Fusion. Definitely check that episode out right now over on the YouTube channel. And the Fusion playlist as Morgan covers for the 2 count. Now Morgan just trying to recollect herself here. Remember what happened with Crystal earlier with that suicide dive as a neck breaker. Right there, Crystal Cannon rolled through. No, not going to happen today. At least for the time being, Morgan again puts Crystal Cannon back in. Couple of shots right to the face. A little bit of disrespect there. That's something that we're not used to seeing from Morgan, but you know, she's just doing it for the crowd here, giving the crowd exactly what they came here for. And oh, Morgan being thrown off of the top rope now. Look at this. Oh, man, face planted. The face buster right there, the wheelbarrow face buster. 2 almost had the champion. And Crystal Cannon could have had a huge victory there. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. You got to get it down for the 3 count as Morgan's trying for the leg drop. She lands both this time. And Morgan just has that quickness in her. Crystal Cannon trying to recollect herself in the corner. And able to with an elbow strike and a forearm off of the springboard. And now Crystal Cannon looking to end this thing here. But Morgan said no to that with a stiff elbow right to the face. Now she took Crystal off of her feet, and there's that drop kick there. And again, just those quickness, drop kicks and quick punches there. Very characteristic of our women's champion. Trying to go for what she couldn't last time. And she's got it! Rolling her through with a Rana into a cover and a kick out of 2.5. Crystal Cannon still alive. And again going right back to the drop kick to the back. Well, your lungs are back there. You can't really breathe. Can't really do much of anything. Well, your kidneys there in the lower back. And now Morgan again going back to old reliable. Those leg drops. Got both. Once again. An Irish whip there and an arm drag once again. And again going right for those leg drops. Crystal Cannon propped up to her feet though. That's a little bit of adrenaline. And Morgan putting to stop the Crystal Cannon's potential comeback. And look at this! Morgan Reese takes down Crystal Cannon. Count of 2. She could have it here in a kick out. And Crystal Cannon still very much in this. But she's got to find a way back in it. Somehow, some way, as Morgan couldn't get the momentum, all of it at least, behind that clothesline. Now look at the elbow drop right to the back. The Crystal Cannon. Is that enough to take her down? No, just a 2 count. So far, nothing special here. For Morgan, for our women's champion, Crystal Cannon. Bulldog. So Morgan. Morgan gets out of the way. Oh. Not really sure if Crystal got all of that there, but it worked nonetheless right by the nose. And oh my, a slap. An overhand chop. And now Crystal. Look at that, the cartwheel kick. The acrobatics of Crystal Cannon. She could have the win over Morgan Reese, and almost. That's as close as you're going to get if you're Crystal Cannon here. But now Crystal with a striking combination into a clothesline. Could have a rope break here. 1, 2, and there it is. Morgan knew where she was. And Crystal Cannon ain't done there. Crystal Cannon's got it. Planning. Morgan Reese. Cover on the chest. 1, 2 to get the victory. Just got the shoulder up. And that's what happens when you have a cover like that. You don't hook the leg and you don't put all your momentum behind that cover. And it allows your opponent to get out of it. Irish whip there, and Morgan's gonna find a way, gotta find a way back in this. So far, she's fallen behind. Morgan gonna dive and try for the missile drop kick off of the second rope, and Crystal was prepared for that one. And Crystal Cannon, couple of drop kicks there. Look. Now charging in, there's another drop kick, but this time to the back. Now leg drop incoming off, using the ropes to help her there. Hook of the leg for the victory for the women's, against the women's champion, and a kick out of 2. The moonsault, nobody home there. I like this back and forth we're seeing between these two ladies. I'd expect nothing less between our women's division here. Our revamped women's division. We're getting so many new signings lately for our women's division here. So many RCW originals. It's Crystal Cannon now looking to take a women's champion for a ride. Two ladies trying to battle it out here. Look at this, Morgan Reese. With a momentum swing with a couple of punches as the RCW fandom count along. There's Morgan now looking for feeling the blues out of nowhere. Feeling the blues right to Crystal Cannon, and Crystal Cannon may be out. No. Crystal Cannon not out. Not just yet. And both ladies have exhausted themselves right now. Morgan taking out Crystal Cannon as both ladies dump to the outside. You got that forearm again. Crystal Cannon tried to go for it. Couldn't hit it. Looking for the Shining Wizard. There it is. Both ladies are out. Morgan had to crawl over the body of Crystal Cannon into the cover count of 2, and that just gave enough time. Not enough time for this. Look at this, feeling the blues again. 2, 3, and Morgan with a victory, a much needed one, ahead of her match against Tiffany Max, as they'll run it back for the Women's Championship at Slamfest. August 21st and the 22nd, folks. It's Wednesday and Thursday next week. As Morgan picks up the victory. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to hear from Lexii Star right after this.
RCW fandom, your star is about to make history yet again. When I main event RCW Slamfest next week, words can't express of what I'm feeling right now. But to be honest, it should come as no surprise. I mean, I'm the star you can't outshine after all. I won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble from the #1 spot. Not many people can say that. And I'm not just talking about an RCW. I'm talking about the history of pro wrestling. Now, I'll give credit where credit is due to all those women. But when it comes to the star you cannot shine, well, proof is in the pudding. Alex, I challenged you because you're the one that nobody thought would ever win. So you and I have something in common. Because nobody thought then I would win that Royal Rumble. Especially from that #1 spot. But here's the difference between you and I, Alex. You put too much faith in the fans. You rely on them to get you going. I prove them wrong. Yes, you're paying the tickets to come see me. But at the end of the day, I'm focused on one thing, and one thing only. And that is winning championships and looking pretty damn good while doing it. So flash all your cameras and bring everyone you have. Because at Slamfest, a star isn't gonna be reborn. She's just gonna shine brighter.
What a message there from Lexii Star, as we have a tag team matchup coming your way, folks. Public Enemy, Justin and Ricardo Rose. The Rose Bros, as they're often called, they're often referred to, and these guys were tag team champions at one point. And they're looking to get right back up there. What's up, Elijah? Good to see you in here. Good to see everyone in here with us. For RCW here today. As Public Enemy look to get back there as your tag team champions once again, and those titles have been held hostage. My fear for quite some time now. We're gonna get to their opponents here tonight. It's brothers as well. That's Justin and Chris Carter of the league. Here they are. Now, these guys took on Fear at Declaration and came up short. But they didn't let that keep them down. They're still one of the greatest, newest tag teams we have here on the roster. Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, it's the league, Justin and Chris Carter. And we're going to see if it comes down to one final play. That is their maneuver that they love to hit so much. It looks like Chris and Ricardo are starting this one off. Look at this, a DDT to Chris. Right for another knee there, and Chris Carter coming in with a back elbow. Look at that punch. Tried for it again. Not getting anything there that time. And look at this. Is Chris going for it here? Oh, wow. He planted Ricardo Rose with that one. Never seen Chris do that before. You know what they say, there's always a first time for everything. Well, he tried to go after Justin there, and Chris propped right back up with a brain buster. Now Justin, the powerhouse of the Rose Bros. Ricardo more to the agile man, and look at this. Chris just pushed him away like a bug, honestly. And now Justin coming in now. Now Ricardo getting a needed tag. Look at this shimmy. There it is. Taunting. Justin to come right in, and there it is. Justin Rose and Justin Carter. Double J. Now Justin Rose now with a shot right to the face. And oh, what a suplex. And there's that power on display there. And speaking of power there, that's a lot of man. Coming down with that splash. Oh, a shot right to the midsection. That might have been a little low there. Referee allowing it to go. And look at this. Double team. Chris tagged in again. Double shoulder tackle to the big man. And the H-bomb. Lands for Chris there. Now looking for the knee right to the side of the head of Justin Carter. He's not done there. Look at this. Just hammering away on Justin Carter here as he covers. And a count of 1. Now, there's one thing that you should know about Public Enemy. They've gone through many different changes, you know, in their tenure here on RCW. You know, they were very, very loved at one point, and now they have this new attitude now. Maybe this new attitude will help them out in the long run. Count of 2, and we almost had an upset there. No diss to the league, but Public Enemy, these guys are, even though they're not RCW originals, these guys might as well be. They're one of the first to join our tag division. We've had so many great tag teams over the years. Now, ever since we've gone full call this year with WWE 2K24, it's been a lot more fun. And speaking of a lot more fun, looks like Justin's having a lot of it. Look at that. He got right back up and was met with a roll-up. Look at this. Almost had it. Look at this. Could have Justin there. Pulled into a backslide. Backslide cover. Almost had it at 2. Man, what a sequence that was. As he got the hot tag, and Justin taking care. Oh, I believe that was Chris there. Or Justin, I would say Justin Carter, but a face buster. Ricardo Rose taking care of Justin. Double foot stomp. And now Chris has a chance. Dropping him with the driver. Look at that phantom driver. And Ricardo's there to save his brother. And Chris going a little bit of pound and pound there. It's classic Brooklyn. Look at that elbow. Now top rope, Justin Carter catches, or actually Justin Rose, excuse me, catches Chris Carter there. It's tough when two people on two different teams have the same first name, so it's a little tough here. Bear with me. As now they're looking for the hit list. They got it. The hit list, there it is. And the league may be out of the game here. Ricardo. He's trying to get rid of Justin. And Justin's fighting back. And that allows Chris to take advantage. Couldn't go for that cover after the hit list because they needed to get Justin out. On that tag. Helped out. The league more than they realized is Justin Carter, that is, trying to end this thing. And Ricardo still fighting back. Irish whip into the corner. Ricardo coming in. Oh! A knee right to the midsection. Justin Carter was ready for that one. Ricardo's still fighting back here. This man's got a lot of heart. I'll give him that. But that's a great thing to have in this world, but I don't think heart is really going to win you matches. It's about being stronger, faster than your opponent. As Chris Carter was taken out. They got to try for it now. The hit list this time. Justin coming in to clean it up. Finally making the cover count of 2. Kick out at the last second. Justin Carter. Kicked out of the hit list. Look at this. Up and down he goes. Now Justin Carter in a precarious position in the corner. Chris Carter taken out. That's exactly what they need. And now the hit list incoming again. There's Ricardo with it. Look at the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Public Enemy pick up a big victory and assert their dominance as one of the top tag teams here in the division. I love the fight from the league, especially when they were against Fear and Declaration, but this is Public Enemy. The Rose Bros was just too much for him. It's Justin and Ricardo pick up the victory here tonight in our tag match. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your next match momentarily. That's right, folks. We have SCW, our eFed partner. Check that out. On Fridays on TikTok, I'm Ahmad Young Sid. We have the Outlaws. There's Bryan and Jason. Now, Bryan is going to be the one wrestling tonight. But those two men will go head-to-head with Fear, our tag champions, at Slamfest for the first time in a long time. The Outlaws are back together. And they're looking to take those tag titles away from Hades and Shadow, Fear. And they've held on to them since December 1st of last year when they won them at RCW Afterlife against Vibe. And Bryan's going to have to face this man, Terry Hines Sr. Now, the Brotherhood were scheduled to speak tonight, or their spokesperson was, but I don't know what happened. I guess they decided that it wasn't worth it. Jackson Cobb will be facing Terry Hines Jr. in honor of his friend, Mello Carter, who we wish the best as he takes a little bit of a break from RCW, a little bit of a hiatus to work on his mental health. And it's just sick what the Brotherhood have done. They've taken credit for taking out Mello Carter, not physically, but mentally. Something must have clicked in Mello's head. And the Brotherhood love to play mind games. They love to just hurt people for no reason at all. And it's just sickening. Absolutely sickening is what it is. No words other than that. Bryan Outlaw is going to face Terry Hines here tonight. Here we go as we get this underway. Now Bryan's got a lot of quickness for him, but he's going to have to pull a rabbit out of his hat here if he wants to get a victory over Terry Hines. And that's not questioning the ability of Bryan Outlaw. I've seen him as world champion multiple times. Multiple-time tag champion. So this guy's got it. But the Outlaws themselves have their work cut out for them. Come Slamfest, come next week when they will face Fear. Those titles now. Scarlet Nova and the Nova sisters will face Rapture in a tag matchup, and that should be something. Oh, Terry Hines almost had it. And it was Bryan that was saying to Scarlet, you don't want to face Rapture. You don't want to be in their crosshairs. But it was Scarlet that said, weren't you the one to tell me to always find something to die for? Well, I'm willing to die for this. So Scarlet willing to not only sacrifice her body, but her own life against Rapture. Now that seems a little bit extreme for sure, but considering the things that Rapture have done in a number of weeks, and they've been silent. We haven't heard much from them, and honestly, I think they're planning something. Something way more sinister than you probably could ever imagine. But let's turn our attention to this matchup here, as Bryan could gain some momentum heading into that match against Fear. On a right hand. There, and Terry Hines with that strength. He's being outmatched there, count of 2, and almost had it. Terry Hines probably not taking Bryan too seriously here. Couple of knee strikes right to the side of the head here. And remember when RCW had first aired all the way back in 2018, Bryan Outlaw's training partner was Seth Rollins. It looks to fire up Terry Hines, and now look at Terry Hines got it locked and loaded. Superman punch, but he missed it. Not sure how, but he did. He caught it that time. The Superman punch right on the button to Bryan. Count of 2, almost had it. And Bryan able to kick out at 2. And a back elbow. And he's telling Terry Hines to get up as he looks for the correction, the air raid siren. Now he's looking for the guilty verdict here. And Jason's loving what he's seeing. He's telling the crowd to get pumped up. There's the guilty verdict, a variation of the crossroads from Cody, and a kick out at 2.5. And it's that lackluster cover afterwards that is pretty much the kryptonite of a maneuver like that. You get all that strength behind that maneuver, and nothing happens. Try for the double foot stomp. Terry a little too far. Now Terry with a clothesline off of a springboard position there. And Terry, just like that, right back in the driver's seat, tried for the chop. Bryan able to slip under. Irish whip blocked, and a knee right to the chest. Oh, a kick right to the kidney there. And now Terry. Look at that, with a couple of clotheslines there, and he's right back in it. Now he's got this locked and loaded. Superman punch, and this time he didn't miss. For the win over Bryan Outlaw, kick out at 2.5. And Terry shocked as hell there. Bryan can withstand a lot of punishment, and he is against Terry Hines. Tried for the moonsault, nobody home. But Bryan tried to turn around into a guilty verdict. I thought he was going to go for the Superman punch, but there's the knee. Looks like Terry pulled a rabbit out of his hat. I rarely ever see him go for that knee strike there. That's something that he has in his arsenal, but... And look at this, the Superman punch again. Coming right in! How many of these things are gonna have to hit? Count of 2, kick out again! Bryan is one of the most defiant men I've ever seen. Now he turns it around, looking for the guilty verdict. Got it! Too close to the ropes, though. Looking for the air raid siren. Got it there! On Terry. And now, second rope. Calling him up to his feet. Look at this. Oh, tried too much. And Terry with a guillotine. Bryan realizing that Terry was too close to the ropes. He didn't even bother going for the cover there. When Bryan got... Bryan got Terry down. Look at this. Trying for it again. He got it. The tornado DDT. And now he's waiting for Terry Hines to get up. Tried for the guilty verdict again. Got caught. Slipped out. He caught Terry Hines. Does he have him? Does he have him? No. Terry Hines reversed. One. And a kick out. Referee took a little bit of time for that. Double underhook. Oh, this is not good here. The double underhook here. Oh my, planting Bryan there into the canvas. Bryan a little groggy there, but he's able to get the wherewithal. And Terry with a couple of punches, and look at that! A beautiful combination and a senton to follow it up. Moonsault cover. 1, 2, kick out. It's going to take a lot more than a moonsault to send Bryan down. Oh, the code breaker. And he's looking for one final Superman punch. He missed it again. He missed it again. Terry missed. Correction. The air raid siren. No, Bryan messed up too. He messed up the guilty verdict there. He caught him with the elbow. Can he get it now? Got it. Guilty verdict, the cover. 2, 3, and Bryan wins it. What a matchup. And what a win. I gotta say, Bryan lucked out a couple of times there with a couple of mess ups with the Superman punch from Terry Hines. But what a win as him and his brother Jason embraced, but they got a bigger matchup ahead of them next week when they face Fear for those tag titles. Don't go anywhere, folks. Your next match coming at you right after this. That's right, folks. We have RCW Fusion coming your way this Saturday. As we have the Savior, Dezmond Wright.
Yeah. Money make the world go round. I'm trying to get it going right now.
The Royal Rumble winner, who made his debut in the Royal Rumble at number 20, the final spot, and eliminated both Bryce and Big Nasty Bubba Blackwell to face the world champion. And originally he was going to face Tiger. Tiger put his title on the line at Declaration against his bitter rival Sinister, and Sinister took advantage. And well, now Dezmond Wright is walking into a battle that he knows nothing about now. He was prepared for Tiger, but now Sinister is at the helm. That's coming at you at Slamfest, but this man has had wars of his own, and it's Jackson Cobb. This man went to war with Dominator. And you can check that match over on my YouTube channel, that full match in its entirety, or the episode of RCW in which it took place right now over on the YouTube channel. Now, as I mentioned, this man wants a little bit of redemption for his friend, his former tag partner, Mello Carter. And he's going to get it. At least an opportunity at it at Slamfest when he faces Terry Hines Jr., the son of Terry Hines, the first ever Intercontinental Champion. We're going to see how this matchup is. Remember, folks, Lexii Star main eventing tonight against Savannah Williams, the sister of Jordan Williams. But we'll see how these two fare. Dezmond Wright has only had one loss in RCW, and I believe that was at the hands of Ortolanza, the Mastodon. Now, Dezmond Wright said his position was to save RCW, make wrestling beautiful again. You know, he knows just how toxic the wrestling community can be, especially the IWC over on the internet. You know, he knows that. And he knows that he doesn't have much control over what happens once you start talking about the internet. But he knows that he can be a locker room leader as champion. And he intends to do that. That's if he can capture the world title at Slamfest next week. I can't wait, folks. That's been a long time coming. We've had anniversary specials in the past for every year that we've done RCW since August 21st, 2018, when we started it. But at the same time, none of these anniversary specials that we've had in the past can compare to Slamfest. As Dezmond Wright with a double axe handle on the Jackson Cobb. And now the stomp right to the man on the outside. Now Dezmond Wright was very excited to face Jackson Cobb here tonight. He saw that matchup he had against Dominator. And he loved it. He was very impressed. Very impressed with the work ethic and bloodied all up was Jackson Cobb. But somehow he came in as the underdog and came out the victor that night. Trying for the stomp again, looks, and he lands it. Dezmond Wright. In a great position, looking for the knee. There he goes. The knee right across the chin of Jackson Cobb, and a kick out at 2. Dezmond Wright knew that it wasn't going to be easy. And there's the kitchen sink from Jackson Cobb, and he's fired up now. Look at this, the angle slam. Now Jackson Cobb has taken a lot of inspiration from the former Olympian Kurt Angle, and a count of 2. And Dezmond Wright rolling out, and that's good there. He doesn't want to get caught in the ankle lock, but Jackson Cobb not going to give him any breathing room. That's the worst thing you can be caught in if you're going up against Jackson Cobb here. The ankle lock is vicious. It took down Dominator, of all people. A man that has the word dominate in his name. Oh, and that right hand busted him wide open. Jackson Cobb is bleeding, but we know what that does to Jackson. It just fuels him. It just keeps him going. And that was very characteristic of the matchup that he had against Dominator. A match that on paper he shouldn't have won. A match that, if you're into it, that the odds, the betting odds, were against him. As both men, dazed and confused. And I just knew that this matchup was going to be one to see here tonight. This is a matchup, and speaking of the ankle lock, here it comes. The ankle lock locked in on the savior Dezmond Wright, and he's got nowhere to go. Dezmond Wright has nowhere to go. He has that ankle lock cinched in. Now the difference here with this type of ankle lock versus the traditional ankle lock from Kurt Angle is that he locks the knee. He locks the leg, and that kind of prevents any opponent from crawling out to the ropes. At least it makes it a little bit more difficult. Whereas the traditional ankle lock by Kurt Angle, you have more leeway. And now Jackson Cobb again going for the angle slam on Dezmond Wright. Hooking the leg right after. 1, 2, he's got the win over the savior. No. And now Jackson Cobb up on the top rope. This is a rarity for him, and an elbow drop right there. And Jackson Cobb drops. Dezmond Wright, the savior's down and out. 1. No way, we just saw Dezmond Wright kick out at 1, and Dezmond Wright rolls out, but Jackson Cobb's right there for him. And now Dezmond Wright calling up Jackson Cobb. And Dezmond Wright just trying to gain some type of leverage here against Jackson Cobb. 1, 2, kick out. Jackson Cobb endured a lot of hell in the matchup against Dominator, and Dezmond knows that. He watched that match. He knows what Jackson Cobb is capable of. He catches him with a knee again. Now look at this. Dezmond Wright running in with a running knee. And now he's looking for it, the saving grace. This is what took out Nasty. Saving grace. On to Jackson Cobb. For the win. 1, 2. Right out of Jackson, and he kicks out at 2.5. And like I said, this man has endured so much. And the blood of Jackson Cobb is dripping. And a victory over the Royal Rumble winner, that's going to be huge for Jackson heading into his match against Terry Hines Jr., another big man. And once again, Jackson Cobb will be heading into that match, presumably as the underdog. And now Dezmond Wright looking to go coast to coast here. Got it on a Jackson Cobb. And you saw the neck, it sprung right back. That's a little bit of whiplash. For the win over Jackson Cobb. He's still in it at 2. And Jackson Cobb's very much still in this matchup. And Dezmond Wright not going to let him have that. Oh, uh-oh. Planted! Face first! The Savior is out! 1, 2 for the win! And Dezmond Wright just able to get the shoulder up at 2.5. But the ankle slam is coming up. Looking for it. No, the ankle lock. The ankle lock cinched in. Jackson Cobb has tapped out the Savior. And Jackson Cobb again pulls a rabbit out of his hat. Another big victory for this man. I don't think you can call him the underdog anymore. He won versus Dominator and won another versus our Royal Rumble winner. Jackson Cobb with the victory. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to get to your main event next. All right, folks, here we are. It's your main event. As we have the Women's Royal Rumble winner, Lexii Star. Now, you heard from her earlier on tonight, saying to her opponent at Slamfest, Alex Bishop, you rely too much on the fans to keep you going. I'm just one to prove them wrong. And she did a little bit of bragging, saying that not many people can say that they've won a Royal Rumble from a #1 spot. And she wasn't just talking about RCW. She was talking about every wrestling promotion that's had a variation of that type of matchup. And she's right. As cocky as that is, she's right. Not many people can say that they've won a Royal Rumble or a variation of that type of match at entry #1. But she's gonna have to face somebody who has come up clutching many times. It's Savannah Williams. And she didn't come alone. She's got her sister, Jordan, behind her. Buckets and Baller are back. And there's a reason why Savannah's been called Buckets. She is great beyond the three-point line, but this isn't the WNBA. This ain't basketball. This is professional wrestling, folks. And none of those terms matter here. Let's see if she can come up clutch here against the star you can't outshine. There's Savannah. There's Lexii Star coming in. Oh, there. Lexii Star wasn't ready for that. Savannah tried for the missile drop kick and missed it. Lexii Star got out of the way. Now Lexii Star would have nothing less but a main event here as the face breaker, the code breaker right there to the face of Savannah. Got a 2 count out of that. Now the double underhook, and look at this. Knees right to the midsection. Now, like I've said before, an injury has been plaguing our women's division, and that's been rib injuries. Now, Savannah, she's all right, but, you know, we've had the likes of Mercy out with a rib injury. Ginger Jamieson was out for a little bit with a rib injury. Morgan Reese, our women's champion, has had issues with ribs. All of that. As these ladies exchanging blows here, Savannah getting the better one of Lexii. And you see Lexii doing a little bit of overhand chops, a lot of smacks, a lot of real sassiness behind those strikes. And look at this, Savannah with a couple of elbows right to the back of the head, and there's another one. And now Savannah might be looking for top of the key here. Savannah with a ball and elbow, taking a page out of her sister's playbook with that one. And she may have it here over the star you can't outshine, and she kicks out at 2. And Savannah, the high-flying electric star here, no pun intended, in the women's division. Savannah calling up Lexii. I don't know if that's such a good idea, and Lexii catches Savannah. Dumps her into a pin. Referee took forever to get down there, and Lexii was not happy about that. Tried for the rolling savant kick, the mouth kick. Flagrant knee denied. She's always taking a page out of her sister's playbook, and look at that from Lexii. And a kick out just at 1. Lexii trying to get this over with early so she can go home. Lexii Star now. Look at that splash. And Jordan saw that, and her arms right up in the air, not too happy, and a kick out at 1. Oh, I'm not sure what Savannah did there. Maybe biting the face of Lexii. And look at the rolling savant kick there. Looking for the celestial DDT. Savannah fell right into that. And now look at this. Jordan distracting Lexii Star. And that allows Savannah to get up. Savannah now charging in, but Lexii saw that one coming. Oh, the play of the day! Again, another page out of her sister's playbook. The play of the day on Lexii, and she kicks out at 2. Jordan with a distraction, and I have to say, out of all the sleazy things that Lexii has done, you know, and the rivalry that her and Jordan had over time, over the years. And look at this, top of the key, lands for Savannah. 1, 2, Lexii's out of it. Lexii's done, no, kick out at 2.5. And look at this, the leg drop again for Savannah. Over Lexii Star, look at this, dragon screw. Lexii now trying to get back into the swing of things here. Oh, but Savannah with a knee right to the midsection, and she puts a stop to that real quick. And Savannah now up on the top. Savannah tried way too much and looks like she tweaked her knee. She may have tweaked her knee there. But Lexii took a little bit of too much time. Lexii, though, with a rolling savant kick. There's that mouth kick. And again. It looks like Lexii's doing a little bit of toying with Savannah here. Now trying for it again. Here comes Lexii. Kick right to the face. She's got it lined up. Celestial DDT. And now again, gonna go for Starstruck here. Starstruck. She caught it that time. Starstruck right onto Savannah, and Savannah's kicking out at 2. Lexii Star couldn't hit it one time, but this time she did. Tried for the drop kick. Lexii saw it coming. Now a jawbreaker here from Savannah as Lexii tried for something there, but failed. And now Savannah now has Lexii over the ropes, and now Savannah spear through the ropes. Buckets hitting nothing but net there. You gotta love this from Savannah. I've never seen this much energy from her, ever. Oh, what a knee. Looks like the referee got caught inadvertently there. Look at this, folding through. Thought Lexii may have been going for a cover there, but I guess not. And oh, what a knee right to the side of the head of Savannah. But Savannah firing on all cylinders here. Savannah now, play of the day. Savannah with a play of the day, and Lexii got right out of that. Lexii wasn't gonna have Savannah have any count there. Now look at this. That was interesting. Now look, standing Spanish fly. Lexii Star could have the win here. Kick out at 2.5. Man, what a match. And oh, what a smack right across the face. The fist to the face of Savannah. Now Savannah, though, fighting back. So is Lexii. Lexii with an Irish whip. Lexii! There it is with the arm drag. And the hip toss there. Catching Lexii. And now Lexii, oh, with an overhand chop. Back and forth these ladies go. And now she looked directly at Jordan as that happened. Oh my. Lexii doesn't have to do this here. You know, it's like the Joker says, it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Both ladies in, oh, a punch right to the face. Oh, trying to go up for the Celestial DDT. And Savannah's gonna win it via counter. Savannah pulls a page out of Jordan's playbook. Not in the way you would want to, but what you can do, I can do better. Savannah wins it via countout.
Death. For it is something that we all must face. And to be fearful of it is a concept only for the weak, that drives the desperate to grasp at the fleeting sands of time. For it is not death that they should fear. It is their pathetic attempts to delay what is written, to stretch out their miserable existences, as if we can delay the inevitable. How amusing it is. But it is the mark of a fool. Clawing, scratching, believing they can outlast fate. But it is in their defiance where they only make it worse. For the witching hour does not forgive. And when I arrive, the clock has already struck its final moment.